Okay, in number 41 through 43, we're going to do some problems from Unit 7 on solving. So on number 41, first thing we have to decide is what kind of problem this is. Now remember, there are three types of problems that we covered when we were doing exponential and logs. Type 1, we started with x to a power equal the number, and in this case, if it was this type of problem, we brought the power over by doing the reciprocal power. So this was 2/3, this was 3/2. On a type 2 problem, we had a number to an x variable. So notice how these are different. This is x to a number power. This is a number to an x power. In this case, we had to BAP it. So we switched this into base answer power. So we took the log of our base, our answer equals our power. And then we knew what x was equal to, and then we could use the change of base formula to then find our answer. On type 3 problems, we started with a log. Here we had a base, an answer, a power, and because we didn't know what the answer was, we BAP'd it, so we switched it back to exponential form. So 2 to the power of 3 equals 4x. So then you were able to then solve that expression. Okay, so the first thing we have to decide is 64, does 64 look like a type 1, type 2, or type 3 problem? Well, we've got a number to a power that has a variable in it. The power's got the variable, so it looks like it's a type 2. So if it's a type 2, that means we're going to BAP it. We're going to switch it to log form. So let's do that. So at 64, we're going to write this as log. Now remember, we're going to have our base, our answer, then our power. So our base is 4. That's a little subscript. Our answer is 64. Equals our power, which is 2x. Okay. Now, on here, do we know 4 to what power gets you 64? Maybe we do. Is that a nice number? Let's say we don't. Okay, I think it's 3, but let's say we don't. Well, we could figure out what this is. We can use a change of base formula, which means you're going to take the log in base 10 of 64, and you're going to divide it by the log of your original base, which is 4. Now that's going to equal 2x. Okay, and then whatever you get for this, you are going to divide it by 2. So here if we come over, you're going to take the log of 64 divided by the log of 4, but then we're going to divide this whole thing by 2, and that's what x is going to equal. So let's try that on the calculator. So we're going to have the log of 64, and we're going to divide that, make sure you close your parentheses on the 64, by the log of 4. Let's see what we get for an answer of that. That was 3. Okay. Now this top is a 3, which we now have to divide by 2. So we get x is equal to 1.5. Okay. So x is 1.5. And remember, what you could do is you could verify that on your calculator. If you have the 1.5 already in your calculator, you can plug it back into the original problem. We could do 4 to the power, and then in parentheses, it's 2 times your answer. Remember, your answer is located down here on the negative sign. Right above the negative sign, it says ANS for answer. So hit second in the negative key, and we get 4 to the power of 2 times our answer. Our answer was 1.5, and let's see what we get. We get 64, so we know that that's right. Okay? And because this is a multiple choice test, you could have tried your multiple choice answers in there and see which one gets you the right answer. Okay? Okay. On 42, we got to decide what kind of problem 42 is. Does it look like type 1, type 2, or type 3? Well, it looks like we start with a log. Well, if we're starting with a log in the problem, it's a type 3 problem. So it looks like we're going to have to BAP it into an exponential question. Okay? So this is our base, this is our answer, this is our power. So our base is 5 to the power of x equals, oh, you know what? We don't need to do that. All we need to know, this is already solved. 5 to what power gets you 1/5? Well, yeah, I guess we can BAP it. Let's BAP it. This is 5 to what power gets you 1/5? Well, what do you do to the 5 to make it drop down below? You raise it to the -1 power. So this is x equals -1. Okay? Now, what you could do is you could use the change a base formula here as well. Let's try that. You can do the log of what you're taking the log of, which is 1/5, and divide that by the log of your base, which is 5. And should get -1 this way as well. So let's see if we do. So we got the log of 1 divided by 5 divided by the log of 5, and let's see what we get. We get -1. Okay? So both ways we get -1 as the answer. Okay? Okay. And on the last one, 43, is that a type 1, type 2, or type 3 problem? Well, it looks like we start with a log again, so that's another type 3. So let's switch this to exponential form. This is our base, our answer, and our power. So our base is 3 to our power of 4 equals x plus 1. So then here, if we do 3 to the 4th power, you're going to get 81 equals x plus 1. So then x has to equal subtract 1. You get 80. Okay. So there is your answer on number 43. Okay.